Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Now we'll demonstrate the second example of JPanel, which is very important here. So this is a program how we need to. I will use it for demonstrating the JPanels. So look at the design, the GUI of this program here. This is a container. Okay, so this container has three panels. Basically, by looking, this is three panels actually. This is a label which is located on the top of the container. There is a north side border layout, north side, and this is you see the green color background. It is something. We have more controls, more components in the form of grid. Okay, this is center panel. This is center panel, and you see one more panel. This is a footer panel, or you can say bottom panel, which is located on the south region of the container, right? Border layout south. So these three panel. Top panel, this is center panel, the green color, and the black something dark gray is a bottom panel. Now I have these three panels which consist the other components. This top panel consists the component as a label, and the bottom panel is in the south, contains another label, and the middle panel, the main panel, you can say here, not the main panel, this is central panel. The center panel consists some controls name like user login page. Basically, a user login page has a label, text field, password field, and two buttons. So this is center. So this is in the and this center panel following the using the grid layout separately, right? So notice one more panel is there which is not visible here, which is actually a main panel. Complete all this panel, top panel, center panel, and bottom panel are added to the main panel, another panel like a container. Okay, so this is the main panel, fourth panel, which includes these three panels. This is actually optional, but it is better to keep one as one panel, complete panel, for further design. And it is okay, is this basically center here again using border layout. Okay, so this main panel again added to the container, content pane container of the frame, right? When you add anything on the since it is one thing, it will add it center of the container, right? Whole thing will add it center of the container, since container following the default layout is border layout center. Okay, let's do this one. I have already programmed without these panels here. So this is my program. I have labels. Okay, name label, password label, and title. Okay, so this is one more label here. You can see here there is one more footer here I created here in the bottom here actually. So let me go with easy. Control C, Control V. So four labels here. Name label as per the design name. This is a title, you can say, and this is a name label, password label, and the footer label, right? So we have four labels, one text field, and one password, and two buttons. So I created a simply first thing I just want to show you. I created the label, main label, and added to the container without panel here. So I created a name label and text field, name label and text field added to the container. Again I created password label and password field, password label and password field added to the container. Again these two added to the containers, and two buttons added to the container, submit and reset, submit and reset. Then next added one more label, okay, to the container. So and this I set this one, this is visibility, this is I set to this, and you have this program running. You see this is a actually program here. So this is flow layout actually, right? So you can see it's a flow layout. So I just want to make it like a home page, this model I want to show like this, right? Okay, so let's do this part. Now the first thing is I need to remove this from flow layout. Okay, this fault is you know border layout already. So now I need to create as per the design. How we need to create four panels: top panel, center panel, bottom panel, and main panel, right? So let me create this one here. J panel. I can say top, center, bottom, and main. If you want, I can just main panel. Okay, just write. You can write name top panel, center panel. The names are good. You should write it's panel here. Okay. Now this one. Now look at here. This title is added to the top of the panel to the top panel. So let me add this top top panel. Right. The next name label, text label. Okay, so we need to create a panel according to this one. Top, we need to create object. We did not create object actually, right? So first thing you need to create object here. So before you add, just create here top equal to new j panel, right? So added to this one panel here. Similarly, I can create a center. This is part of center. Now these four things are matter: name label, text, and password and text. These are a part of the center table, right? So I'll create it here. Control V. Here I can say here centered panel. This is center panel. Now add these things. So I can say center dot add, center dot add, again center dot add, again center dot add. I added all these four things into the center panel, right? Now submit button. Even the submit button also a part of center here. Let me add here, sorry, center dot add, center dot add. So I'm adding all these component name, password, submit two buttons to the center. This whole green background is available in the center. Now we remaining is footer. Footer is the bottom of the panel, bottom, right? So let me create this one more time. Copy here. So I just say here bottom. Add bottom here. Right. So as per the design here, now see I have added all these components. Right now it must be look good. Anyway, so you have one more thing here. This is the last thing I will do it. Okay, so let me do this part. Now run the program. You will amazed with this part. Now since I added to the panel, but I did not add panel to the container, right? So let add panel to the container. Add top panel to the border layout dot north. Add this top to the border layout of the north. Since you did not set any container, the container always by default border layout, right? So let me add this part, second and third, and this is center. It will add it to the center. This is bottom, added to the south. Okay, so I added these three panels: top panel, center panel, bottom panel, according to the border layout. Run the file, you will see this part. Looks good. The size is only matter here. But you see here, look at the example here. Here this is top good, but here it is not in the, it is a flow layout. You see, it's like a flow. This in center panel is flow layout. As we know, this one flow, it is a default layout. Flow layout is default layout for the JPanel. So we need to change the panel layout. We need to change the panel layout. So for the center panel, so how do you change it? Just in the previous example, where is this panel here? Center panel. Here, right? So you need to set here new grid layout. You need grid layout, right? So you see, look at the example here. You see how many you need? We need here one row, two row, three rows, three rows, two columns, three rows, two columns. So we have this part. Let me close this one. Three rows, two columns. I want to give some difference, the horizontal gap and vertical gap, and on the file. Now you see it looks good. I have page, and we have added this part, which is mostly similar to this one, without colors, without font size and everything. This is your thing here. This will work here. Okay, so let me add some colors. If you want, I want to add color to the top panel here. So this is top panel. I want to add color. You can add anywhere here. Okay, top dot set background color. I want to give color cyan, some different colors, and copy this part. Center, where is center here? My center here, center. Now give this center to another color. Control V. I don't know which color. Let's go with this color. Dot. Gray, gray, cyan, blue, black, dark gray, light gray, pink, yellow. I don't know. I'm not good at this one. Orange. Let's take orange. Let's see how that is. How does it look? Right. One more thing for the bottom. For the bottom panel. Control C. Just to distinguish different panels here. So color is, I can say here, dark gray. I just want to use dark gray. So let's run the code again. You will see a different colors, right? So it's very dark. The text is not visible here. Okay, so this one is not, but this is the page here. So you can write it here, arrows, and you write this some password, submit, and this part. So this is one thing. Now this is three partitions, three things here. Top panel looks this way. Top panel. Now I did not create a main panel. So I basically this main panel is optional according to this at this moment, but in future it might require. So I will just create one more thing here, just for learning. Main panel. I have already main panel. So I will create here main panel object new J panel. So it's a flow layout. Okay. When you do, if you don't set the layout, it's flow layout. But the flow layout, okay, I will put it in the okay. Main panel. So in this main panel I will add what? I will add these panels to the main panel. Okay, so this panel, for this one I need to set the layout new border layout. I had to set it because the default layout is flow layout, so I need to set the, this is not necessary, right? So main panel is flow layout, border layout. So now I set the main panel as border layout so that I can add items here. Here I'm adding this top to the main panel dot add, right? Control C, control V dot, control V dot. So basically I created three, like we added items components to the panel. Again I'm adding panel to the panel to the panel to this region. So main panel is like acting like a big container and these are small containers. Okay, so again I had to add main panel to the main container, just add, right? So this is one thing here. So run the file. It's the same, it's the same, just I want to show here. Maybe some changes. Example, you want to go with flow layout, different layout. Okay, just I want to show this part. Now this is panel here. Now you can see here this diagram and sorry, this program and diagram mostly same, right? But you need to format the color and everything. Okay, so that's I have already discussed in the class. You need to work on it. Okay, good luck.